So as a good friend, you want to make sure that your friend is going to be okay. Like whatever decision you make, I'm going to support you as best as I can, but you got to make that decision. But you got to consider all of the alternatives. Like how is that going to impact your household? How is that going to affect your children? How's that going to affect you? How's that going to affect your spouse? How's that going to affect your finance? Right? So you need to consider all of these things before you make a haste decision because you're emotional. Like, do you just need to sleep it off? Maybe you need to create some space between you and your spouse. Maybe you go stay with your mom for a couple of days and just kind of like let it breathe a little bit. And then like once you have a cool head, he has a cool head. Hey, can we talk? And y'all have a conversation. Let's talk through like what happened. How did we get here? Is this salvageable? Like, can we work through this? And a lot of times, like people are able to work through things if they just have an opportunity to sit down and talk. But I think in this cancel culture that we have now, at the first inconvenience, you're ready to run out the door. You know what I'm saying? You look at me wrong, like I'm gonna cuss you out. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. When you take the vow, and the vows are different depending on the culture, whatever is said at the altar when people are getting married. But if you say that you're in this for better or for worse, guess what? Worse is knocking at your door. So here comes the test, right? So are you going to rise to the occasion and face the test head on with your partner's hand in yours? Or are you going to cower? Now, there's nothing wrong if you decide to walk away from it. But people have to understand, like, what they've signed up for. So I think a good friend would stick to the facts. I think it's also important to like validate that person's feelings. Like, your feelings are valid, but your feelings are not facts, right? So just validate their feelings. Like, just know whatever you decide, like, I support you, whatever you decide, but I want you to really consider all of your options before you make a haste decision.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I agree with what you said, because we live in a world that people don't walk in their relationship. They prefer the easy way out.
Yeah.
Run out thinking that uh, the sky is blue and the other
The grass is
side.
greener on the other side.
And it's not always that, and not all that glitters is gold.
Yeah.
And I always laugh how when you see a lady that left a guy, maybe the guy cheated or the guy was maybe she wasn't happy, and then she would go with another guy. She would leave A because of that. Go to B that was left because of maybe the same reason.
Okay.
And then going to B, and it's the same situation.
Same situation.
And then she leaves B to go to C that was the same situation. So she find herself running around in circles.
Unfortunately, yeah.
And then she's like, damn, all men's are this, men's are that. We didn't ask you to date other men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So relationship is work and sacrifice, right? And you gotta understand why you guys are together. And I don't ever advise anybody to like tell people their relationship problem.
Okay.
Because you don't know who you're telling, and you don't know the advice they give you.
Okay.
And words are powerful.
They are.
People can tell you stuff, and then they give you a catastrophic mindset that you want to create more problem in the solution in the situation. So that's why some people go to psychiatrists. I mean,
Yeah,
psychology
therapy and
is
stuff.
therapy, yeah, because the therapy is neutral. They don't know you, you don't know them. They're gonna tell you straight up what it is.
Yeah.
You have to pay them for that, but they're gonna give you the neutral advice.
Sure.
Compared to your friend or your mom. Your mom is always gonna look after you. She's never most times, sometimes she's not gonna tell you wrong. She's gonna tell you right, he's wrong. That's your mom. Same as your friends. Some of your friends are gonna look up. So you look for that friend that always tells you the straight up, tells you what you don't want to hear. Like if I'm looking for advice on a relationship, I have a friend that I don't like what he says, but when I go home, I said, "Damn, he makes sense." But I'm upset with that what he said. I go to him for advice because I know he's gonna tell me, "Hey, you did wrong.
Yeah.
What you did is not good. I don't support that. You should have done this." or you can do that, or this is the situation.
Yeah.
If you love her, if you want that, go and fix it. If not, that's up to you, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna be upset with that. I'm like, man, you're my friend, man. What kind of friend are you? And then later on, I go home and I think about it. It's the same way when you marry a woman, right? And you marry a woman that tells you the truth. And you tell her that, oh, this and that I want to work today and this and that happened, and she's like, you wrong. You shouldn't have done that. And you're like, are you my wife or are you his wife? You know what I mean? We need people that can tell you the truth, no matter how close or how hard it is. That will give you opportunity to reason well and do the right thing. And then most relationships, since we're talking about relationship, especially in the Western world, there's financial capacity gain to leave. Okay. So most times or sometimes they're gonna leave because there's profit. Okay. Or there's settlement to leave, right? Okay. Where you have countries where I'm from, you don't get settled to leave. So end of the day, you're gonna make it work or you're gonna try. And the only time that you're gonna leave if your life is threatening, then you leave and you live your life. Yeah. But if you live in a world where you live and you get money and paid and you live in good, the end game, whether it's emotion, whether it's feeling, you're gonna live anyway. Yeah. Because you're gaining it. So the difference counterbalances the situation. So advice is good, but when you get advice, think and know the people that you ask for advice. Yeah. And know the people you tell about your family, because I don't like my family business going around. Yeah. Because you can tell your friend your family business and they give you advice, before tomorrow you hear it spreading everywhere. Yeah. Now everybody knows
knows your stuff.
Your
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
And then you create more enemies. Yeah. And then a friend that was a friend now is an enemy. Yeah. So in life your privacy is, you gotta treasure it. Because it's what gives you the respect in the society. Because people want to know, like, what does she do? Where does she go? So they give you that because they don't know you. But when they know everything about you, there's nothing they care about because everything is out there. So if you have money and you're in a relationship or you're married, since we're talking about relationship, sure, you wanna seek therapy, like somebody to talk to. I advise you to seek a therapist. Is that a therapist?
Therapist, yeah.
Therapist, if you have the money. Even though I don't believe in that, but I would advise you to do.
Why don't you believe in
Why I don't
therapists?
believe in it is I don't see myself telling somebody that has his own problem at home my problem. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it doesn't make sense.
But you just said like they're like a third party that has like they're neutral.
Yeah, I prefer if you really need somebody to talk to go to a psychiatrist, right? Yeah. I mean therapy. But if you really don't need somebody to talk to yourself or try to work on your relationship. Like you said, Jesus, right? Jesus was never married, but if you read the Bible, he always preached peace, harmony, and stability. Yeah. And it's general. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they can be applied to any situation.
It could be applied to any situation. So everything we do, we try to create peace. We try to create stability. Yeah. So if you're having an issue with your relationship, think about the relationship. See if you are the fault. If you are the fault, then work on yourself. And from working on yourself comes communication. Yeah. Ask him or her, why are we fighting? What is the problem? What am I doing wrong? Yeah. She will say you're doing this and that, and then you tell her, this is what I feel you're doing wrong, and then you guys can work on it because you guys cherish that relationship. Okay. And a relationship worked on is a relationship that will last forever. But a relationship that has been left and not worked and sacrificed on, it is always going to be chaos from one person to another person to another person. Yeah. That's why you see so many women that have 5 kids but different baby daddies.
It's always about the woman. Every time.
And that's why you see guys that that has been through so many relationships and they don't want a relationship no more. You know what I mean? So because all that stuff brings trauma. Because when you leave this guy from trauma A, go to a B, and then B gives you trauma, you got like 2 traumas. And it depends on how strong you are. If you are not strong, that trauma is gonna continue in each relationship. Yeah. And it's gonna destroy all the relationship.
So I'm a proponent of therapy. I believe in it. It works. Um, I'm actively in therapy and I enjoy working with my therapist. One of the things that you said, I agree. And it's like you need to know who you're confiding in because, um, especially for someone that doesn't want to see you do good, um, or that they're jealous or something, like they can have your business out in the street. So I do agree. Um, I'm the kind of person that I like to have people around me who accept me for who I am. And when there are situations and scenarios where I need to be corrected or need to like hear a truth that may not be popular, that I trust them enough to give me that information, right? So you need to know who you have in your circle. So I mean, I have a lot of friends, a lot of, I say a lot, but I really don't have a lot. I have, I have some female friends that, I share different experiences with, but I have a small number, maybe one or two people that I trust for counsel.
Mm-hmm.
So I know like if I need advice in this area, I know that I can go to this person and I know that they have care and love for me, that they're going to speak to me in a way that I need to hear. Not that I what I want to hear, but what I need to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like they're being mean or vindictive, but like they're speaking the truth in love. And I can appreciate that. And I hope that I do that for the friends in my life that come to me for counsel as well. Um when it comes to relationships and people, some people feeling like I don't really want to pay a professional to just go sit on the couch and just tell them about what's happening in my life because I have the ability to like make the change. There are some people who believe that they're right no matter how much evidence you show them that actually it's not right. There's a lot of people who are very headstrong and feel because, you know, I'm a strong woman or I'm the king of the household, like I'm always right. And it's kind of hard to have a conversation with someone who's not willing to see the opposite side of a coin. So then, like, how do you then make the changes to bring about peace in your home when you are always of the opinion that I'm always right and you're wrong?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, so that's kind of like I feel like where that third party comes into play that has they don't have a dog in this fight,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like I'm not invested in this relationship. The two of you guys are. I'm just here as like a third party listening and giving you perspective. I'm not telling you if I was you I would do this, if I
Mm-hmm.
was you I would do that. Like I'm taking all the information you give me
Yeah.
and I'm saying, "Well, have you considered this? Have you considered that?" And helping to guide them to make a decision that's going to work best for them.
Mm-hmm.
But then you do have in those scenarios where there are people that are very headstrong and believe
Mm-hmm.
that they're right and you're wrong, and there's nothing you can do to convince them otherwise. What happens in those situations?
They learn by experience. If they fall into a pit hole by their stubbornness, they learn
Uh,
from that pit hole.
but what if they don't though? Like what if they just continue so it's kind of like a victim mentality. It's like a victim
Victim
mentality.
mentality.
Yeah. So it's like I'm always right. Like you're the ones. People are always hurting me.
Yeah.
You
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying?
people like that, they have made in their mind that they're not gonna take advice.
Yeah.
So I mean, for one thing I believe in life, we all have conscience,
Okay.
and your conscience is always gonna tell you the truth.
Okay.
You can choose to neglect it
Uh huh.
or not listen to it,
Yeah.
but you know inside your heart that this what you're doing is not right. It's not good,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if you choose to disagree with it and keep doing it, you keep getting the same result.
That's true.
And one thing with me, if I keep getting the same result, I say something is wrong. If I'm keep getting, I leave A messed up, B messed up, C messed up. Then I gotta say, like, what's going on here?
What's going on in the situation, or what's going on
What's going
with
on with
you?
me? With
Okay,
me.
that's good.
You
Okay.
know what I mean? Because there's a reason why everything's not working out.
Yeah.
And it takes a strong person to reason that.
Yeah.
That's why for me, like if I'm advising people, like for me, like personally, I have two people I go for advice.
Yeah.
And I call them my mentors. They're
Mentors.
older than me. They've been in the field or been in the relationship.
Yeah.
I have one that asks for relationship, that's in a relationship. They give me the hard truth.
Okay.
I don't like it most times, but I go home and think about it.
Okay.
Then in financial or public life, you have one that gives me advice, right?
Sure.
But the best thing about advice, I would say, people give you advice, but you're the one to advise yourself. Why I say that? When they give you advice, it open your mind is narrowed to A. But when they give you advice, now you have A, B, and C and D.
Yeah.
So your mind is open.
Open, yeah.
So all you have to do is go home, sleep on it, and think. Process the scenarios.
Yeah, that's good.
Act on it. See what it is, and then your heart, your mind is gonna tell you this is the right thing to do, and you do it. When it comes to relationship, the same way. Your heart is gonna tell you preach peace, and this is the situation. Yeah. And then you come to her and say, what are we doing wrong? Yeah. And then that's where communication comes in. You know what I mean? So a relationship in the field or whatever, you have to know people that will tell you the hard truth, right? And the best advice is the advice you give yourself. Meaning the advice that you go out, you listen, and then you think about it and you sleep over it. That's why when I'm mad with my relationship or my girl, I tell her I'm gonna sleep over it. I like to do that because I'm mad at her. I don't want to listen tonight. But when I'm sleeping over, I might call my guy, hey, what you doing, dude? Like I'm just chilling, like, yo, guess what? This is what my girl did. This is it. Like, oh, this and that and that. I'm like, man, I'm mad. It's all right, man. I get what you're saying. Like, I'm like, oh shit, what you saying makes sense. Then I sleep over in the morning. I'm no more mad. I start processing the whole scenario, everything. Yeah. And then I say, oh, this is why I'm mad. This is why this. Then I call her, they let's talk. This is the problem. Yeah. And we fix it. I want us to fix it because we value the relationship. Yeah. And if she loves me, we're gonna work on it. If she don't, then she's not the girl for me. Okay. So that's, and then you live and life goes on. So, but I believe we are the best advisor to ourselves at the end of the day. And I don't believe in sitting down with somebody that has a problem, his own problem or her own problem at home, and they're listening to me.
We all have our own problems.
Yes. So I don't believe in telling somebody that have their own problem. Yeah. My problem.
Do you feel that the friends that the mentors that you have in your life that advise you on relationship, on money, public stuff, that they don't have their own like worries and their own issues that they're dealing with? You don't think that
they have their own problem, but I know their problem.
It doesn't matter if you know it or not, but they do.
It matters. Why I say it matters? If you send that to a psychiatrist, you don't even know who they are. All you know is their name. No, you asked me that because of what I said. Sure. I don't believe in sitting down and telling somebody that's a problem, right? Yeah. So that's why I'm explaining it so that the audience can understand it, because you asked me a question to make that right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying me personally, me personally, I don't believe in telling somebody that I'm paying my problem while they have their own problem. I don't even know if my problem is even better than their problem with the same situation.
So
let me finish. With the same situation, right? They're there for the money. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, if you want to talk to somebody, you don't have anybody, be your friend or mentor you can talk to.
Sure.
That's fine. You can talk to a neutral person. But me personally,
understood.
I wouldn't do that. I have two friends that I talk to, right? Yeah. Because I know their relationship. I go to their house. I go to their job. I go, we interact. They tell me their problem.
I understand.
So I know them and I advise them to
You trust them. You trust them.
Yeah. Compared to somebody that you don't even know if they've beat their wife up. And then you telling them about your relationship.
I hear you.
And then 6 months later, the person in the news.
I hear you.
And they get arrested for beating their wife up. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah. So all I'm simply saying is, like, Everyone's going through something, right? No matter who it is, no matter what
Yes.
the personal what they present in public, everyone's dealing with something,
Yes.
right? So it just goes back to um, who the individual is and your level of comfort with them, right? And it's good. It's good. I think it's very important that we align ourselves with people that we trust to give us guidance, to give us advice, to give us correction when we need to support us, to say, you did a good job, or congratulations, or, something terrible has happened in your life, that they're there to lift you up and make you feel better. I mean, all of those things are important, to have those kind of people in your corner. So I'm happy to hear that you have, men in your life that you can, reach out to when you need advice. You're just navigating life as a man. I love that. I love to hear that, because sometimes we tend to hear like men don't have an outlet when it comes to like things that are happening in their lives. And some men may tend to like bottle up those emotions and not have a way to express themselves or get advice. And then they don't know how to process what they're feeling on the inside. So then it comes out and it may look like aggression. It may look like they may beat up on their wife, or they may look like they are very like short with their children. Like it comes out in different ways. So I think it's important to align yourself with people that um, that have your back, that can encourage you, but that can also give you advice, even if you don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
And then you take the information, like you said, you take the information, you process the information, you go for a walk, you go work out, you listen to music, you sleep on it, whatever, and then you wake up, you have a clear mind, you have a sober mind, and then you can then handle the issue from that perspective versus being angry, upset, and just like spewing that venom toward that person. So um good conversation tonight.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Do you have any closing remarks for our viewers before we end our time together?
I just have a few words.
Yeah.
What I want to say is that we love you guys, and everybody's facing challenges in life. Just try to seek those that you can talk to that's gonna tell you the truth, whether it's good or bad. And sometimes I call them mentors, depending on what you have.
Yeah.
And um, everybody gotta find this comfort zone who they talk to. And there's some things keep it to yourself, because not everything you tell people, because sometimes it doesn't turn out right. They use it against you, or you start trending on social media or something. So, and I don't believe in a man letting his woman let everything about his family in public. I don't believe in that personally, and I don't condone abuse, or um, or beating somebody, or conflict. But in all situations, we have to know everything that happened for you to give somebody advice. So find somebody that you can talk to, and try to not tell everything. Like sometimes when I ask for advice, I don't say it's me. I say, hey, what about the other girl? What you think the other girl? What you think she did, or the other guy? What I mean, just so that you cannot put all your business out. So, and then the best advice is you find what you do that will calm you down. Maybe the gym, sleep over it, walk over it, smoke over it, drink over it, whatever works with you, so that we can have a clear mind. Because when you have a clear mind, you're able to tell yourself the truth. You're able to tell yourself, oh, you shouldn't have done this. Just like when me and my girl have a fight, when I'm mad and she wants to talk about it, I say I don't want to talk about it right now. I want to go to sleep. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and I'm like, damn, I should have said that to her. I shouldn't have done this. Then I start telling myself, this is what I did wrong, and this is why the fight. And then when she wakes up, I apologize. I say, I'm sorry because I did this and that, but this is why I was upset. And then she was like, yeah, I did. I shouldn't have done that. She's sorry, and this is why. And then we good. See what I mean? So sometimes time can produce a positive outcome of a situation, And for men, we are the way we process our emotion is different from the way women process their emotions. So and we talk to each other, and but we know the world don't care about us, so we can't express it like that.
That's not true.
But we go through a lot, and we know how the world is. But the way we process it is different from the way women. But kudos to you guys, and always have somebody you can talk to that you trust and that you can reason with and process it as a man. And I love you guys from your humble boy, Badolas. You have anything to say?
I do. We do care about the men. Um, that's why a lot of women, it may seem like they're nagging or they're pushing, but they're just wanting to just be able to help because that's our nature is to help. So I love that, um, men are seeking guidance. Men and women process things differently. That's a fact. Um, but it's important to know that that narrative of the world does not care what men think. Um, that's not truly the case. So just know who's in your corner, who has your back. And I think the Bible says, like, don't let the sun set on your wrath, right? And I get for some people, it may be easier just to like let things kind of lay the way it is until the morning or until some time has passed. But don't let too much time pass. So if it's the very next day, I think that'd be ideal to just kind of, to take care or to like talk through any issues. And if apologies are needed, then please do that. But I just love the fact now that there's more conversations about like navigating this space. And, again, opinions may differ and approaches may be different, but people are talking. So this is good. This is good stuff. I just want to continue that effort in that. And we appreciate you guys tuning into our podcast episode this week. I hope that you guys found the content to be good and informative, and we look forward to sharing more with you guys next time. So, with that, we bid you farewell.
Have a
And
good night.
yes, have a good one. Peace.
Bye.